So we have Carlos Puyol here, 94 rated, a prime moment, an icon of a centre-back, and probably one of the better Barcelona centre-backs we've seen in many, many years. The problem is, does he fit well with FIFA? That is what we're going to be exploring today. We've got a few clips for you, as you'll see, run through. And to be honest, I do like Puyol as a player in real life, but in FIFA, I just think he's naturally just a little bit not ready for the game. His pace lets him down slightly. Agility balance is definitely not there. You've noticed massive amount of times against an Mbappe, against a Neymar, he just doesn't have that turn. And unfortunately for him, his defending and physicals are not going to be enough to keep him at this top level. Yes, he probably could give you something, maybe even in a challenge kind of squad, maybe in a not necessarily top tier elite sort of squad, but as a kind of main team, he unfortunately is just not going to do it for you. His agility balance is far too low, even with the upgrade of a shadow, which unfortunately, or even a catalyst in fact, is just not going to give him enough. He's got 89 pace with that boost on top, and we know centre-backs nowadays come in at about 85 to 90 pace without a shadow or a catalyst. So realistically, you want to go with a catalyst purely for the fact that you've got already 96 defending, and that's it. His defensive ability and physical ability is incredible. He's a naturally very, very good centre-back. But in terms of everything else, unfortunately, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have that agility balance, has a bit of composure, bit of reactions, no ball control, which is somewhat okay. But again, even in this game, with the constant shift of almost defenders needing to be as baller as kind of midfielders, same with left back, right backs, you need them to be able to do everything, and that is where you find an all-round every single player, from your well, not necessarily goalkeeper, but from your left back, right back, centre backs, all the way through to your strikers. The more players you can kind of free roam with it a little bit, you can go past a player, you can maybe have a little bit extra on the tackle up front. You need that sort of player. You look at your Marquinhos team of the years, you look at your kind of even Ramos as a, was it a birthday that he got, I think, which with obviously the skills, you've got an all-round sort of player. Your Virgils, even in real life, is far more of a person on the ball than Puyol ever was. Puyol was a tackler, he was strong, he managed to get the ball, and yes, pace-wise, isn't quite a massive representative of the actual game, but that's how he played. Now, FIFA is all about that pace, all about that kind of ball control and getting the ball and being able to get rid of it. Puyol, unfortunately, you get him on the turn and honestly, he just cannot catch. There was a big clip in there where literally just a normal through ball, normally centre-backs, they tend to be able to have that pace to get in on the inside and then kind of, I don't know, quell the danger as such. Puyol can't do that. You need to be thinking far ahead of the curve, and having your just gold Kimpembe will give you more of a benefit than actually having Puyol, and that is amazing to think you can get an 83 rated gold centre-back and he would do a better, almost a more consistent job than in 94 moments. That for me is incredible to see. But that being said, Puyol, like I say, has the tackling ability, has that physical ability, unfortunately just doesn't come in it. And to be honest, at 840,000 coins, I can't even put into words what that price is. If we look at just centre-backs in general, if we go and see so he is, the top 10 of most expensive at the moment. If we look a little bit further down, we've got Cannavaro, far better centre-back. You can go get a mid, is it a mid? Yeah, mid Maldini for that price. That is insane. Maldini will absolutely wipe the floor. You then go with a Vidic. Again, not necessarily incredible, but I mean, he definitely is a lot better. You got a Team of the Year, Ruben Diaz will give you a better job. Blanc's kind of the same, but has a bit more on that agility side of stuff. Sol Campbell's not a bad one. Lucas Hernandez is a centre-back. That's not a bad one, to be fair to him. Even a Kimpembe, you can get him for 3 to 400k cheaper than you can a prime moment Puyol. And granted, yes, we will see moments drop. So eventually, if you're watching this in a month or two's time, you're not necessarily going to see him for 840. I guarantee you there. He's more than likely going to be about 2 to 400 at the maximum. And I probably wouldn't even pay that still. You've even then got a man of the match, Virgil, Matthias, more of a midfielder, a John Stones, a Klosterman. Far too many centre-backs that ability-wise are better. You can even get a LaCroix, in fact, for just shy of 200 less. That is going to be a centre-back worth having. Unfortunately for me, Puyol doesn't come in with the right stats. He's only expensive at the moment purely for the the fact that moments have only been out a solid month or two now, and again, they are quite hard to obtain. You don't really pack loads of them, and we haven't had an SBC as of yet, but that will change when we get a pick or a pack for our moments. I know the prime or moments will come out again at some point, more than likely anyway. So overall for me, defensive ability is a 10 out of 10. Tackling, physical, 10 out of 10, 100%. But it is the other side of his game that really lets this card down. So I personally can't give him any higher than an 8 out of 10 personally. Compared to some of the moments we've used, he is unfortunately on that lower scale. So let me know down below what you think about Puyol. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.